part 3 of my summary of the book of Exodus. Moses and Zipporah are on their way to Egypt. Exodus 4:24 says, "At a lodging place on the way, the Lord met Moses and was about to kill him. But Zipporah took a flint knife, cut off her son's foreskin, and touched Moses' feet with it. 'Surely you are a bridegroom of blood to me,' she said. So the Lord let him alone." When Zipporah said that, she was talking to the Lord, not to Moses. Circumcision used to be a requirement for the Israelites. Genesis 17:10 and 11 says, "Every male among you shall be circumcised. You are to undergo circumcision, and it will be the sign of the covenant between me and you." Circumcision symbolized being in a covenant with God. Being in a covenant with God means salvation. When Zipporah touched the foreskin to Moses' toes, it was her expressing faithfully that Moses is covered by the salvation of being in a covenant with God. It's important to note that circumcision is part of the law that was done away with when Christ came. It was part of a broader, more meticulous set of laws, not the 10 Commandments. 10 Commandments still apply and always will. Other laws like not eating pork or getting circumcised, those don't apply anymore. Hebrews 9:15 says Christ is the mediator of a new covenant. Romans 2:29 says circumcision is circumcision of the heart by the Spirit, not by the written code. And in Galatians 5, Paul expresses how ridiculous it is for people to think that getting physically circumcised equals their salvation. They are so irritating that he says he wishes they would go ahead and fully emasculate themselves. Zipporah expressed faith in salvation by being in a covenant with God, expressing trust, faith, submission, and obedience to God. But when she says, "Surely you are a bridegroom of blood to me," that is a direct reference to the sacrifice of Jesus Christ. That profound wisdom could only have ever been uttered by a human mouth through the power of the Holy Spirit, for the purpose of it being written down and us reading it and knowing that Jesus Christ is God and God is Jesus Christ. Christ is called the church's bridegroom. Isaiah 54:5-6 says, "For your maker is your husband. The Lord Almighty is his name. The Holy One of Israel is your Redeemer. He is called the God of all the earth. The Lord will call you back as if you were a wife deserted and distressed in spirit." Matthew 9:15, Jesus calls himself the bridegroom. In Matthew 25, we get the parable of the 10 virgins, where once again Jesus likens himself to the bridegroom. Revelation 21:10 says, "I will show you the bride, the wife of the Lamb." Then it says, "He showed me the holy city, Jerusalem, coming down out of heaven from God." Verse 27 says, "Nothing impure will ever enter it, but only those whose names are written in the Lamb's book of life." Those whose names are written in the Lamb's book of life are the bride of Christ. Once everybody in that book has said yes to the faith and has been purified through their faith, then our union with our husband, our maker, will finally be complete. But until then, like Moses and Zipporah, we can rest assured we are in a covenant with our God. Every soul belongs to God. Whoever does not enter into a covenant with the Lord will perish.